All right, bitch.
Bitch, we back.
Welcome back, Greaseballs, to part 2 of the premiere of UK Drag Race versus the World. RuPaul's Drag Race
Okay.
UK versus the World 2, the remix.
The remix, party deux.
Where we will overanalyze the rest of this episode.
So we're moving on to actual performances now.
We're going again in alphabetical order.
First, we have Arantxa Castilla-La Mancha, who does a very cute kind of way for us to get to know her and pronounce her name, which I thought was incredibly smart. I thought she's gonna have to explain to all these judges how to say her name and how to call her out and all that kind of stuff. I was very glad she did this. I thought it was very smart.
It was really smart. I do think after the first time or so, it got a little bit old. It was a little underdeveloped. But I mean, Michelle was loving pretending that she was having an orgasm every time she went, Michelle loved doing that. So, I mean, she definitely made herself a bit more endearing, I think, to Rue and Michelle because she just did something completely stupid. I did put this in A, all right, mama.
I do agree with you. I think there could have been one more little pop at the end that could have been the little funny whatever. But I have her in B, but is it fashion tier.
Theresa May brings us a song and dance number with some reveals, some fashion, some makeup. It was a very Theresa type thing that she did on the stage.
I thought it was cute. I liked her energy. She opened up the show and she had that really high energy, and I liked the idea of partying in hell. That was my whole personality in college. And I thought she looked pretty good. Again, she's got to work on something with not having so much here because it cuts her whole neck out. And other than that, it was entertaining enough. I put her in the cut your wigs up tier.
I thought it was really fun. I thought the lip sync was the most high energy that we've seen from her. And she's not known as a dancing diva. I just think she did a really great job with the dancing that she was doing. It had a lot of funny kind of elements. And I want to go on record that I watched this back with my reading glasses on. Because I saw all the people on Reddit saying Theresa should not have been in the top. She was not doing her lip sync very well. She didn't know her words. Yes, she did. She was fine. You guys are delusional.
I agree.
I have her in B, but is it fashion? I thought she was great.
B for boobies.
B for boobies. Now we're getting on the booby train again.
Okay. Next we have Gothy.
Boobs.
Boobs.
Oh my god.
Next we have Gothy Kendall, who comes out and does kind of a lip sync rap, and then also does some fire play, some fire swallowing and some fire twirling. And I thought it was really I was okay, this is what she needs to come out and do, and be hey, I'm not going home first this time, and make her stamp. And I do kind of agree with some of the judges' critiques where it's she could have had some more confidence, but I think it's you just said earlier, or in the last episode, I feel she is confident. It's just the way that her body moves sometimes. Because she did a great job. I don't feel she messed up her choreo or anything. I have her in the but is it fashion rank.
There's something about her performance that was almost there. And I think it is she looks down a lot, and it's the same thing when she's on the runway. She kind of looks down, so that makes you think that she's not confident. And then also she just needs to smile. A lot of the times when you're performing, as long as your face looks like I love it, I'm having a great time, nobody's gonna know if you're fucking anything up. And like you said, I don't think she did mess up her choreo or mess up really anything in this. And when you think about, oh, someone came out and did a lip sync number and then they did a bunch of fire breathing, that sounds so insane, right? It was really cool. but it felt a little underwhelming just because of the way that she delivered it.
Right.
But it was, I don't think it was an underwhelming performance. I love at the end when she did that huge like fire thing and looked completely shocked that it worked. That was hysterical.
I loved that.
It was so good. I agree. I put this in, but is it fashion? And if she just had smiled a little bit more, it would have been even better. But I think she did a good job. Hanaconda gives us a little piano playing, singing moment all in fuchsia.
The fuchsia gown. I like this. I thought it was really cute. I love her tongue-in-cheekiness of it all. I also really love her kind of short little burst scream laugh. It's very endearing to me.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
And you know, she didn't really like have a lot of clunkers vocally. She did pretty okay. I liked her little gag where she like said it was going to be a reveal and was like, wrong dress. She did a really good job. She's very good at being on stage and commanding the audience. I have her in the all right mama tier.
I was gagged thinking that she was actually playing the piano when she first started. That was so fucking funny to me. She looked stunning. The little reveal was just kind of the cherry on top of her like hideous granny panties. It was great. And she genuinely has a good voice, you know, and I like to be really harsh on people when they sing live. I thought she did a good job. And what she did, and what you have to do at this point, I feel, if you're just going to sing and if you're just going to dance, there has to be like a gag on top of that. Yep. Because at this point, anybody can just lip sync and anybody can just sing. We've had so many amazing performers do that and probably do it better. So you have to have that extra little thing, like she's pretending she's playing the piano and she does oops, wrong dress type thing. Like, you know, it had those elements added into it that put it at the all right mama tier for me. Very well done.
Next up, we have Jonbers Blonde, who comes out and does this like fashion girl moment. It's like a song, lip sync / dance. What did you think?
I, first of all, think that Jonbers in this outfit looks like in Lord of the Rings when Frodo is trying to give Galadriel the ring and she like turns all evil and fucked up looking. That's what she looks like. The song, quite frankly, was rotted. And it was about being a fashion girl. I did love her outfit and I love that color. Beautiful. Okay. But she gets up on those blocks and it's talking about pose, and she barely does anything except for turn on a fan.
Yes.
RIGGA MORRIS, girl. RIGGA MORRIS.
No way. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness, Jonbers. Okay, so I wasn't quite as disappointed. Okay. I don't think Jonbers is one of the fashion girls, obviously. I thought it could have been cuter. I think Naomi Smalls probably did this better. Like there wasn't any like there were like some funny bits, but it wasn't really funny at all. I do have this in the cut your wigs up tier.
Kita Minaj gives us an original song and lip sync stage presentation. What did you think about this?
So I really liked this. At first when she came out, I was like, what the hell is she about to do? This is a little bit weird. But like, oh, also, and then the first time she did that thing where she went up off the ground and like flipped up, I was like, bitch looks like she barely made that. I was like, oh my god. But then she goes over onto that mushroom and starts fucking throwing her legs around. And I'm like, holy crap, you are incredibly strong. And I was just like blown away. I was just like, what is this bitch doing? I put her in the all right mama tier because she was popping her pussy.
I love the line, I'm very special, don't you agree? I love that was like her whole... I loved this song. I do get tired of the like, my name's ketamine, drug references, everybody loves drugs. But the performance itself was really, really impressive. Like the sawhorse, gymnast thing. Like that is not easy to do. And her talent show that she did on her season also was really, really good. So I have a feeling that her stage shows are insanely good. I did put her in, but is it fashion? Just because stop relying on that drug reference.
Stop relying on that drug reference. Next up, we have La Grande Dame, who comes out and does probably what nobody expected her to do. Everyone probably thought she was going to come out and maybe do something similar to her Drag Race France talent show, which was amazing in its own right.
Yes. Yeah.
And even at one point during it, the guy had the saxophone on the side, and I was like, she's gonna do it, and she didn't do it.
I know.
And I was like, she's
waiting.
keeping it fresh. So anyways, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, what is she gonna do? I thought it was like this weird, it was just her showing her strange, a sense of humor. It was creative, it was artistic. She had to like work the loop thing to make all that happen. I do think her laugh sounded weirdly like RuPaul at that one point.
I loved that.
And the pussy laugh at the end, like, are you kidding me? It was so good. And she didn't say a fucking word. So good. I put her in the S tier. Slayana.
It was insane. I love her. I want her to be my best friend. I want her to be my lover. I want her to spit in my mouth and step on me. And there is nothing better in the world and in a competition like this than a beautiful person who is not afraid to look stupid.
Yes.
And she did that. I mean, she is giving Katya levels of stupidity. She is the dumb blonde and doing it better than somebody like Jimbo. And she looks 100 times better. I'm sorry. Like, it's just, yeah, S tier. Slayana. She is on another level than these girlies.
She makes me tingle.
Speaking of tingling, Marina Summers. I had goosebumps this entire performance. There was something so... it just felt so, like, culturally important, her telling us, that she is Filipina.
Yes.
It was so good.
Dude. And her voice is amazing. She was so good. Like, it sounded like a killer track. She sang, like, I'm pretty positive it was all her vocals. Incredibly professional choreo. She had the fucking chains going. Literally every queen there was jaw drop. You could see them being like, this little bitch, what are we gonna do?
Yes.
And I was losing my mind watching her. If there was a higher tier, I would put her on that. But because I think there is a marked difference between her and La Grande Dame. As much as I fucking love La Grande Dame, Marina is above that.
I have Marina in the top of my A tier just because I didn't want to put anybody else with La Grande Dame.
Yeah.
No.
Next we have Mayhem Miller. What would you call this piece?
A yurt.
A yurt
session.
A yurt session?
I don't know.
A tantric, I don't know, something.
Yes.
I mean,
it was something.
Yeah, there's not a lot to be said. I just wonder what happened. I've seen things online about people saying that, like, people who have long COVID get, like, foggy brain, but I'm like, I don't know. She's done this 3 times now. She failed at her last one. I'm like,
yeah.
It's just like what we were saying before. I think she's just not super good at Drag Race, and she blanked. And I have this with RIGGA MORRIS.
It honestly started really funny, even though I'm not a big fan of the, like, oh, never trust a fart type thing. The concept was really funny, and if she would have, when she broke, if she could have been like, oh, sorry, I'm really stoned, and then played it off like she had the giggles or something.
Oh my God, that's
right?
such a
that
good
would have been
idea.
amazing. Yes, because it would have worked for that character. And then if she had just done anything, like, God, please, if she had just done one single thing, it could have been really funny.
I know.
But it was drag delusion for me.
It was definitely a shame to watch, but, like, what can you do?
Scarlet Envy with a little live singing of an original number. What did you think?
Honestly, I didn't like it at all. I was like, why are you doing this? It was almost, I think it was dumber than her bubbles. And the bubbles were good because they were dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know. I just am like, this is the weakest like US representation right now. What are we doing?
Right.
I didn't like it. I put it in Drag Delusion.
It really wasn't my tea. I thought it was a good idea, but I feel like it kind of was contradictory to like the character that she portrays on Drag Race. She's not really like a shady queen. So her saying all this shady stuff I don't think works super well.
Mm-hmm.
There were like some decent reads at times, but again, I think if you're doing a live song, live singing, original song, it needs a little bit more of a gimmick or like a little bit more on top of it. Her voice sounded fine.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, wasn't the tea for me. I also have this in Drag Delusion.
Lastly, we have Tia Coffee, who comes out to sing an original number with live vocals.
The song was very 90s girl group. I really liked the song, even if it was kind of like cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
The performance itself was kind of lacking some energy, and I feel like if she would have had a headset microphone instead of having to hold the mic, she could have pumped up the energy a little bit.
Yeah.
Or she was just using the mic like a crutch. I don't know. I expected a little bit more from Tia, so I put this in the cut your wigs up.
Yeah, I have kind of some of the same sentiments. I expected a lot more because she knows how to perform. That's like her strong suit, is like being funny and like doing shit on stage. RuPaul dies every time she goes on stage. Like, it's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, she's had a bit of a glow up. So I'm like, okay, what is this bitch going to bring? And I was like, okay, like, what does this, like, we already know that you sing. Like, that's how you, like, part of why you became so popular after your season is, like, you put out this music and it was kind of like, oh, this is a bop. Okay, we all know that. So, like, why, I don't know. Sometimes I get annoyed when queens just come on and sing their songs, which is, you know, great. They're talented for writing it and performing it, but I expected more, and like you said, there wasn't a lot of like energy behind it. So I have this in Drag Delusion.
Wow.
I love Tia Coffee, but Mama, I think honestly, here's my theory. I think she's trying to play it safe for the premiere.
I could
Fly under the radar for the premiere, not get sent home, and then kind of feel things out, and then jump in.
You know what? I think you may be onto something there. Well, there you have it, the definitive ranking of the talent show performances. We'll be moving on to Grease or Gross.
And soon we'll be departing to Grease or Gross for the runway portion of our episode.
So for the runway, our judges' looks. To start, we have Miss Michelle Visage.
She looks great, honestly. I think she looks really good here. I don't know, the hair is giving me a weird vibe. I don't know what it is. She still looks great. I think this is basically just like a piece of fabric that could look super shitty, but she's got, I mean, she is working it. I think she's beautiful. She is giving me grease.
She's hot. She is bronzed. She's got chains.
Yes.
She's got the iridescence. It's just a piece of fabric. No, there is a hem. I do agree. The hair is a little bit like severe.
Yeah.
Looking. It's not my favorite hair, but definitely.
It's giving me Harajuku wig. Rupel. Ru looks good. Looks really cool. I like the textures. Wig, you know, blowing in the wind. I'm gonna give it a grease.
Ru doesn't have many non-grease looks. It is kind of like a shredded kind of plaid. I can't tell if it's feathers or if it's like shredded fabric, but it has a nice texture. You know, she's got that wig floating above her head type thing that she does. But she looks great. It's a great. Our guest judge is Richard E. Grant, who I know nothing about, and he is wearing these eyelashes, Mom.
I know. She was like, I'm putting them on.
And I live for that. You know what? Old gay, gets a pass.
I think so too. I like the Union jacket. The pants are something else. This is
Yeah.
he is oh yeah, I'm gonna grease this. I like how like he seems like an individual.
I'll give this a grease. I like that he's wearing these look like almost a vintage platform or something with these pants that you don't really see the pants on the show. I'll show them though. I do really like this outfit. This is something that you could even like wear out and look like just an old homosexual with your 301s, top, bottom, gun, girl. I love those eyelashes on him.
You could wear something like this to go out and look like a homosexual. Lastly, for the judges, we have Mr. Alan Carr, who has some amazing fucking shoes on. Please, I want a pair of my own.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like the pants don't fit very well. But otherwise, it's okay. I'm pretty nooch on it, though, so I'm going to nooch this.
This is nooch territory, certainly. We haven't judged a UK season yet. I'm a huge fan of Alan Carr. Many, many things that he has done. I love him. But this is nooch. But he's not like he's kind of like the Bradley of the UK.
Yeah.
Not always going to turn a massive look. Our runway theme is Queen and Country. So we're going to be seeing some cultural references.
Some references. First on the runway, we have Arantxa Castilla-La Mancha. And holy crap, I love this look. It's so cute. Yeah. I love the reference of the dolls that are on all the TVs in Spain. I have seen them. They exist.
That's so cool.
They are a thing. The little confessional moment she had was also really cute, where it was like, I don't know why, they just are. And her face is gorgeous. She looks so fucking cute. I love the eye makeup. I love the little curls, the fringe coming off the bottom and the sleeves. Oh my god, it's so good. I am giving this the biggest grease.
Yippee! I'm so jealous that you've seen those little dolls. I had to look up what they were, but it is such a cute reference. She is really serving España with the fringe, and the hair is beautiful. Everything about this is a grease. This is like the best she has ever looked.
100%.
And yeah, I'm in love with this outfit. She looks amazing.
I was so proud of her when I saw her. I was like, oh.
I had to get this picture from Teresa's Instagram, and I'm just now seeing how edited this shit is.
Holy shit.
Look at her face.
I know.
Ah! Teresa is giving us some Spanish Inquisition the other way. Just mess of a look. I actually do like this look. I will give it a grease. The shield is, I think, really detracts from it.
Yeah.
Because it looks kind of like just like a kid's thing, and I think it could have been a little elevated. I do kind of like the intersection between like it's Queen, but it's cosplay, but it's medieval. I do give this a grease. But this picture is hysterical.
Theresa May, I do like the look. I just like you said, it's kind of like that cosplay drag situation, but it has a little bit of like a fuck you, I'm Spanish, but I live in the UK. Pretty cool kind of vibe. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna also give it a grease. I think it's good for Teresa. Next up, we have Gothy Kendall, who comes out in the like British, what is that thing called? That guy called?
They're the guards.
Yeah, the British Guard, like the Royal Army.
Some sort of gay British thing.
Some gay British bullshit. I really liked this. I feel like we've seen similar before, but I think it's very polished.
Yeah.
I really like Gothy's aesthetic. I'm gonna grease it.
Vicky Vivacious, I think,
just
did.
That's it.
A similar lurk. I love this though, and I love when the UK queens do this, little thing. She looks stunning. Her face looks stunning. I love the codpiece. I loved the little kind of cape she had with it. This was total grease. Very well put together. Next up, we have, I almost said Hannah Montana. Hanaconda from Down Under.
So it's polished. I don't like the way that it looks when the arms are down. It's kind of weird. It almost gives me like like a wrestling lady of wrestling.
Okay.
It is polished though. I don't know. I'm giving it nude.
See, I love this look. I really want to know what she did to make her tongue blue.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Did she like just put a bunch of eyeshadow on her tongue or something?
Yeah.
Like, I need to know how she did that. I love the cultural reference as well. The like message behind it all, I think was really special. This was a crease for me.
Nextly, we have John Burr's Blonde, in a green sort of Irish clover gown.
It was fine. I'll get this a nooch. I know that she is from Belfast, but she's done like I'm Irish so many times that I'm kind of just like, okay, let's see something else, I guess. Like, I don't know. I hope she doesn't continue to play off of this character. And then there's also something a little bit off about her highlighter this season. It's like very white, stark.
Yeah.
So this is a nooch.
I'm not like overwhelmed by this by any means. I think she looks good. I don't like the headpiece, to be honest. I just wish she had her like maybe just like a cute little blonde pussycat wig on. Yeah. I do really like the shoes. I'm gonna give it a grease.
Up next is Kate Minaj giving us some Dutch milkmaid fetish gear.
I do like this one. This is one that she reveals out of, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, yep. This is a good one. I always love anything that's mixing fetish in with it. Plus this one is like, okay, showing some culture, and then it's like, okay, this is my culture, but this is me when she does the reveal, and I'm like, okay, Keita, like, I am down for this. Please.
I love that the boots like go all the way up to like her pussy, basically. Like, they make her legs look super long. It's also the reveal, it's different hair underneath it. Like, in this look, she has two little blonde little braids, and when she takes it off, she has two little black braids. It was super, super cool. Super well done. Definite grease.
Next up, we have La Grande Dame. This freaks my eyes out every time I look at it. It tricks me. The optical illusion is so real. I'm like, how does she have her leg up that high? But it's just a frog. Dude, how, like, I fucking love this. It's so good. I hate frogs and I love this. I absolutely love this. It's so, like, mishmash couture, and her face is amazing. The Eiffel Tower, like, going through the dead frog, which is also like a term, like a negative term for French people.
Yes.
I ate this all the way up, puked it up, and then drank it in a smoothie. Great.
I love frogs, clearly. So I loved this. And yeah, I do love that she's also using the reference like frog as a derogatory term. It's just the tongue over the back of the dress. I mean, the details that nobody would ever think of, and just the way that this is constructed is so insanely good. It's like the biggest grease I can think of in recent history.
Agreed. And the fact that she has a web-toed high-heeled foot. Come on.
Her walking in that backstage was so fucking cool.
I know.
Next up to the stage is Marina Summers, giving us some rice farm realness.
Marita. I love this. Her legs look so good. It's not too much. It's got just enough of everything. She's got the cultural reference in it. She is fucking gorgeous. Huge grease. Huge grease. Huge.
This was super, super cunt. I mean, what kind of farmer is looking like this? We need to move immediately.
We gotta move.
And her body is like greased up. She got the grease all in there. The bronzed legs. It's really sexy. Super cute.
And next we have Mayhem Miller in her Lady Liberty look. which I honestly freaking love. I love her big fat ass and boobies and hips. Her boobs are beautiful, and she is so voluptuous, and she's giving us black excellence, black power. I give this a big grease. I love how high her shoes are. She's giving us goddess.
It's giving Columbia. Is that the name of the like Go West Manifest Destiny? Is Columbia, I think, is like the goddess character. I'm gonna have to look that up, and if it's not, I'm gonna cut all this out.
Okay.
Yes, it is giving goddess, and I love the shoes. Like, are the shoes supposed to be Ellis Island? I think it is. I wish they would have zoomed in on them.
Are they?
Because
really?
they're clearly like architectural. It's really, really a really cool piece. And we've seen the Lady Liberty done a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot.
But this is well done.
But this is, yeah, super well done. Very cool twist on it. Definite grease. Our other American girl, we have Scarlet Envy with some Mount Rushmore here.
Mount Rushmore. Yeah. I give this an A+ for the reference, but I just wonder if we're ever gonna get anything different from her. We've seen her do other different looks. I'm just like, why are you not? It seems like she's less versatile at this point in her career, and it confuses me.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. I don't like it. I'm grossing.
Yeah, I would go so far as to gross
This is
this
disgusting.
as well. The headpiece is the only thing that makes it like queen and country. You know, like the rest of the dress doesn't give me anything United States, you know. Not that I could think of something off the top of my head to do like some USA drag. I don't know, AK-47.
God.
But yeah, it's I think like her makeup makes her look scary.
Her eyes
her
look.
dress
Her
is
eyes look like they're a little unsettling.
just something about the whole thing is just off. The dress itself is fine, but like the other elements that make it what it's supposed to be for the runway are arguably not good. So a gross. Sorry.
A gross 8.
Gross.
Next we have Tia Coffee, and again with the yellow face.
I think it's gonna be a recurring histoire.
Honestly, if that's what we have to complain about, and all we have to complain about with Tia Coffee's aesthetic this season, I'm okay with it.
You know what? Maybe someone will say something.
Maybe they will. Maybe she'll pick it up. However, the look is. I really do like the look. The it's got the like kind of like African pattern dresses, those bold patterns that you see all the time, that are honestly so beautiful. The hair looks so good. Everything about this I really enjoy for Tia. There's still a little bit like of polish that could be, you know, with the makeup blending, and you know the shape of the bell of the skirt is a little bit off, but I'm still gonna grease this.
I agree. This is a grease. I think another queen could have taken it a little bit farther, but for Tia, like you're saying, this is good. The accessories too, like the bangles are nice. The dossier, I don't really understand, but that's fun.
I think it's a passport.
I think other people might get it, but I don't. So yeah, her hair is beautiful as well, and we haven't seen a whole lot of this specific type of pattern before, at least on UK. So it was really gorgeous for her. Greasy, mama, grease. After the runway, we have predictably Le Grand Dame and Marina in the top. Teresa and Scarlett okay, hold up. Let me do some math here. So, Le Grand Dame, Marina in the top, and Teresa, Scarlett, Gothy, and Mayhem are all kept onto the stage.
Wait,
which
who is Teresa?
Okay, I'm trying to figure out who's safe.
I'm trying to figure out who Teresa is.
Teresa. Oh my god, kill me. Teresa. Teresa.
Who the fuck is Teresa?
Teresa. No, I just can't stop saying it. Teresa. Teresa. That makes our safe queens Arancha, Hanaconda, Keta Minaj, John Ross Blonde, and Tia Coffee. And in the bottom are Chorisa, May, Mayhem Miller, Scarlet Envy, and Gothy Kendall. So ultimately, Teresa and Scarlet are safe, leaving Gothy and Mayhem to go plead their case backstage to Le Grand Dame and Marina.
Mayhem was very just like unabashedly, let's make a deal, both of you girls. I'm going to do what I can to save my ass.
I loved it.
I would have done the same thing. I mean, shit.
I love that she immediately, as soon as she sat down with both Marina and Le Grand Dame, was just like, hey, you want to have an alliance? And Marina was like, yeah. What the
she
fuck?
was like,
it was so good.
Oh, it's so hard.
Like,
just completely avoiding every direct question. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to listen to you, but I don't know what I'm going to do.
Gothy going home first twice would have been kind of iconic, though.
It would have been, yeah, but it also would have felt so bad for her to go home with that performance.
I think both of the top two this week were like, we can't send her home first again. Dreamer by Live in Joy is the lip sync song, and the shot of Marina and Le Grand Dame coming from backstage together, and they're like literally half the height of the other.
Dude, it is like the end of each spectrum in terms of body proportions.
Yes.
But girl,
so good.
When I tell you that little tiny stick of dynamite queen, I knew it was going to happen before it happened, because I watched Drag Race Philippines. I knew what was about to happen. And, like, I wanted with all of my heart and my being for La Grande Dame to just be able to keep up. And she was able to, in my opinion. So I was so fucking happy with this lip sync. It was so good. I saw the writing on the wall. But I'm so happy with it. I'm, like, so fucking excited for these two to keep going.
La Grande Dame, she looked great. And she did a pretty good job. But ultimately, Marina wins. And she had chosen Mayhem's lipstick.
Everyone's a little bit gagged too, because it's like, well, obviously she had the worst performance, but it's like, dang, they're taking out somebody who's that well known right out the gate.
It is not all sadness. We have got to award our best hair, best mug, and best dressed for this episode.
Oh my god.
I feel like I know what you're gonna say. We are starting with best hair.
For best hair, I'm actually gonna give it this week to Mayhem. I loved her hair in the actual talent show piece.
Okay.
And then the hair that she did with the Lady Liberty look was so big and perfect and like huge. I absolutely love it. I gave it to Mayhem for hair this week.
My best hair this week is going to Arancha Castilla-La Mancha on the runway. There was not a lot of hair on the runway. It was like a lot of headpieces.
Yeah, you're right.
But I did love the wavy, black Spanish hair.
Very cute. I agree with that one. It was up there on my list too. Next, how about we do best mug?
For best mug, I have specifically Hanaconda in the talent show.
Really?
She was like crystallized, beautiful, just pink moment. I thought she looked so incredible. Best
makeup for me is gonna go to Marina this week. She is like flawlessly unclockable, so natural looking. Like, oh god, I love her face. Marina for sure.
And for best dressed, who do you have this week?
None other than La Grande Dame, because who else though? Come on.
Yes.
Ultimate queen. I cannot get over it.
I actually knew that you were gonna pick Le Grand Dame for best dress, so I specifically didn't. And I actually gave my best dress to Hannah during the runway, because I loved the reference. It was something we don't see a lot of, like lizards on the runway.
True.
And I thought it was a very beautiful message. Mayhem
Is it the ball?
sashays away. And next week, we have a design challenge already. Next week is the Happy Ending Ball.
Ooh, Happy Ending Ball. Oh, so it's going to be fairy tales.
I'm excited for Hannah because she has that kind of whimsical, fantasticalness to her that I think would work well for like a fairy tale. And I am also, of course, looking at Tia Coffee to see, hopefully, if she can redeem herself from her look.
Hopefully an adequate dress that's on her body.
Yo.
I'm obviously looking at La Grande Dame. But I'm also wondering, because I feel like she's almost getting a little bit of an underdog edit already, Keita, how she's going to do. Because she knows how to fucking sew. I'm pretty sure she won a design challenge on her season. So yeah, Keita and La Grande Dame will be on my watch list for next week. We did it!
We did it! We did double grease.
The double grease dip.